Top 10 Scariest Horror Movies of All Time. A Nightmare on Elm Street, 1984. The first movie on our list is A Nightmare on Elm Street, directed by Wes Craven. The movie is about a group of teenagers who are being haunted in their dreams by a disfigured man named Freddy Krueger. The film's concept of a killer who attacks people in their dreams is both original and terrifying. The Conjuring, 2013. The Conjuring is directed by James Wan and is based on the true story of the Perron family, who experienced paranormal activity in their Rhode Island farmhouse. The movie follows two paranormal investigators, Ed and Lorraine Warren, as they try to help the family. The film is both suspenseful and scary, and the tension builds up throughout the entire movie. The Exorcist, 1973. The Exorcist, directed by William Friedkin, is a classic horror movie that has terrified audiences for decades. The movie is about a young girl who becomes possessed by a demon, and her mother hires two priests to perform an exorcism. The movie is not only scary but also controversial due to its graphic and disturbing content. The Texas Chainsaw Massacre, 1974. The Texas Chainsaw Massacre, directed by Tobe Hooper, is a movie that will leave you feeling disturbed and uneasy. The film is about a group of friends who are attacked by a family of cannibals in Texas. The movie's use of gore and violence is intense, and the atmosphere is eerie and unsettling. The Shining, 1980. The Shining, directed by Stanley Kubrick, is a psychological horror movie that is both haunting and suspenseful. The film is about a family who moves into a remote hotel for the winter, where the father becomes increasingly unstable and violent. The movie's use of music, lighting, and camera angles creates a sense of unease throughout the entire film. Psycho, 1960. Psycho, directed by Alfred Hitchcock, is a classic horror movie that has influenced the genre for decades. The movie is about a woman who checks into a motel run by a disturbed man named Norman Bates. The film's use of suspense and the iconic shower scene has made it a timeless horror classic. The Silence of the Lambs, 1991. The Silence of the Lambs, directed by Jonathan Demme, is a psychological horror movie that will leave you feeling disturbed and unsettled. The movie is about an FBI agent who seeks the help of a serial killer named Hannibal Lecter to catch another serial killer. The movie's use of suspense, psychology, and horror elements creates an unforgettable viewing experience. Jaws, 1975. Jaws, directed by Steven Spielberg, is a movie that will make you afraid to go in the water. The film is about a giant great white shark that terrorizes a beach town, and a group of men who set out to kill it. The movie's use of suspense and the iconic music score has made it a classic horror movie that still scares audiences today. Halloween, 1978. Halloween, directed by John Carpenter, is a classic horror movie that set the standard for slasher films. The movie is about a masked killer named Michael Myers, who terrorizes a small town on Halloween night. The film's use of suspense, music, and the iconic mask has made it a timeless horror classic. The Exorcist, 1973. This iconic horror film follows the story of a young girl who becomes possessed by a demon, and the desperate attempts of two priests to save her. The film's terrifying and realistic depiction of possession and exorcism left audiences shaken and cemented its place in horror movie history. One bonus. Hereditary, 2018. This modern horror masterpiece follows a family as they deal with the aftermath of their matriarch's death and the dark secrets that she left behind. As the family's world begins to unravel, they are forced to confront supernatural forces beyond their control. With incredible performances and a haunting score, Hereditary has quickly become a modern classic in the horror genre. Thank you for watching this video. For more such content, subscribe. Spiritual Talks.